New from Vinegar Syndrome on 4K no less is Lamberto Bava's 1983 Giallo, A Blade in the Dark. A movie I've seen before and I kind of enjoy. In the pantheon of giallo movies, it's not the best. It's solid, it's got some good scares, it's got a great plot, it's got some interesting music and style about it. It doesn't do anything wrong, it just doesn't excel. Doesn't mean you should avoid it. It's a pretty solid giallo movie, one I would recommend if you're interested to get into that subgenre. We follow the character of Bruno, who's been put up in this house by a movie producer. He's a composer and he's getting to work on his first horror movie.
Senti, ma sei sicura di aver scelto bene chiamando me?
Proprio per questo ti ho scelto, Bruno. Non voglio una musica di mestiere. Tu sei nuovo a questo genere.
It's not really his genre, he's not really too sure what to do with it, but the producer wants him because he's not familiar with that genre, because he could try something different and create some wonderful music. And he does create some wonderful music. In fact, it's going to be the driving force throughout this film. He's going to tinker and play with a theme, manipulating it, changing it, morphing it throughout the film, and that will become our thematic tune that drives the story forward as well. As Bruno spends time in this house, he starts to meet various women that are used to visiting the house, the previous person that stayed there, as he starts to see just strange and odd things happen around about the house. He starts to investigate. What was the previous girl that stayed here? What were they like? Talking to the gardener, talking to the women that come over, talking to his girlfriend about these people, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And it's so terrifically playful that I love it. And the story itself is so really well constructed that I've a hard pressed to fault it. In fact, I could quite easily see De Palma doing something similar. He kind of has done something similar to this before. It's that kind of vein to it, which I really appreciate. And I think Bruno is terrific as a main character. And I love the location that we have. This house that's somewhat isolated, that's somewhat dilapidated a little bit, that has these spooky corners, that has someone prowling the house. And there's lots of things to do with music that I love. Like I mentioned, the theme that comes all the way through it. There's moments where he has the recording, picking up whispers and sounds and trying to decipher what's happening there. It has a little bit of an eerie feel to it. Reveals in giallo can be hit and miss. I think this one is a strong hit. There is a great tie up to this one, the story of why the killer is doing what the killer is doing because of things that are going on in the film that ties everybody together. And it doesn't seem like it at first, when it first starts, but it's a great story all the way through it that really does keep you guessing. The kills are pretty interesting, bloody, disgusting, always with a knife, always kind of eviscerating someone. There's a wonderful scene, and I remember the last time I watched it, it's one of those ones where you're literally shaking your head at where the person is hiding. Why hide in that corner where it's quite obvious where you are, where you're trapped, and where the killer is going to play with you a little bit before finally killing you? A Blade in the Dark is terrific fun. I love the score. I love how it's integrated into the film itself while being made for a different film. I love how we have a film that we see glimpses of that ties into various other aspects of the film. The colour is a great reveal and the film looks fantastic, as you would expect with Vinegar Syndrome. So strong recommendation, pick up A Blade in the Dark, especially if you are either interested or you do like giallo. I'd love to know your thoughts on the film, so let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hate it, fell somewhere in the middle. There's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you're interested. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership programme, manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.